Will Kristaps Porzingis play? Imagine being in the middle of a tough stretch and losing one of your most important players. That's exactly what's happening to the Boston Celtics. The team, coming off 2 consecutive losses for the first time this season, now faces the Indiana Pacers in back-to-back games, starting this Friday. But there's a big problem. Kristaps Porzingis, the team's towering giant, might not step on the court. What happened to Porzingis? It all began during the Christmas game against the Philadelphia 76ers. In the first half, Porzingis twisted his left ankle. Despite the injury, he continued to play and had a great first half, scoring 9 points, grabbing 2 rebounds, and dishing out 3 assists in just 13 minutes. But then came halftime. Porzingis was evaluated by the medical staff and didn't return for the second half. Head coach Joe Mazzulla commented on the situation. "I saw that he played through the injury. I asked him how he was feeling, and he said he was fine. During halftime, he was reassessed and didn't come back. I don't have any more updates yet." Since then, Porzingis has not spoken to the press. To make matters worse, it has already been confirmed that he will not play against the Pacers on Friday. Why is he so important? Porzingis isn't just tall. He's one of the most versatile players in the NBA. Standing at 7 feet 3 inches, 2.21 meters, he can score both inside and outside the paint. He's also a key piece in the Celtics' offensive strategy, particularly in the renowned pick-and-pop plays. Without him, the team loses a critical element in its attack. But that's not all. Defensively, Porzingis is a beast. He's one of the league's top shot blockers, averaging 2.5 blocks per game. Without him, the Celtics lose one of their primary rim protectors. This was evident in their loss to Philadelphia, where the defense struggled to contain the opposing offense. Against the Pacers, who boast a strong attack, Porzingis' absence will be even more noticeable. A bigger concern. What makes this even more worrisome is that the injury is to the same foot on which Porzingis underwent surgery earlier this season. This raises a pressing question. Is he truly 100% recovered, or are the Celtics risking too much with his health? Now, Celtics fans are left wondering, can the team bounce back without their towering force? Will Jrue Holiday play? The Boston Celtics will face the Indiana Pacers this Friday in the first of 2 consecutive games. After suffering back-to-back losses for the first time this season, the team needs to recover quickly. But things could get tricky. Jrue Holiday, the starting point guard, won't play. He's dealing with a right shoulder injury called impingement, which essentially means something is interfering with his shoulder's movement. How did this happen? Holiday injured his shoulder during Monday's game against the Orlando Magic. He was already listed as questionable for the Christmas Day matchup against the Philadelphia 76ers, but was ruled out before the game. Now, he remains sidelined to recover. Holiday's absence was deeply felt in the game against Philadelphia. He's a crucial piece of the offense, helping organize plays and easing the pressure on Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. With him on the court, the team has more space and better opportunities to create effective plays. Why is he so important? Holiday isn't just a skilled point guard. He's one of the best perimeter defenders in the NBA. He has a knack for stealing the ball and disrupting opponents' passes, along with excellent court vision that elevates his teammates' performances. Offensively, he's not a high scorer, averaging 12.2 points per game, but his real value lies in his ability to distribute the ball. He makes the game easier for everyone, making the offense more fluid and efficient. A challenge against the Pacers. Without Holiday, the Celtics face an even bigger challenge against the Pacers, who are in great form and boast a powerful offense. To overcome this, Coach Joe Mazzulla will have to rely on more minutes from Derek White and likely a standout performance from Peyton Pritchard, who's having an excellent season, averaging 15.7 points per game. If the Celtics want to get back to winning ways, they'll need everyone to give their all, especially with Holiday out of action. Celtics drop in rankings after tough week. The Celtics aren't playing their best basketball lately, and it's starting to concern fans. For most of the season, the Boston Celtics have been one of the NBA's strongest teams. They are the reigning champions and remain favorites to contend for the title again this year. Even though they're not leading the Eastern Conference right now, the team is still loaded with talent. But the past few weeks haven't been kind. They've lost 3 of their last 4 games. Take the Christmas Day game against the 76ers, for instance, a game they had every chance to win. If they had performed better in the final quarter, they might have walked away with a victory. What happened? They lost. But here's the silver lining. Their next game is at home against the Pacers this Friday.
The Pacers played the Thunder on Thursday and are coming off a loss.
With little time to rest before facing Boston, the Celtics have no excuses this time around.
Slipping in the rankings. Due to these losses, Boston has dropped in the latest Bleacher Report rankings, sliding from second to third place.
While it's not a massive drop, it's a warning sign. Even with these setbacks, they remain one of the league's top teams. Currently, the two teams ahead of the Celtics are the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Thunder are on a remarkable 9-game winning streak, including a victory over the Pacers on Thursday. Meanwhile, Cleveland leads the Eastern Conference and has been playing exceptionally well. Catching up to them won't be easy. What do the Celtics need to do? First, keep their players healthy. This is critical for the team to function at its best. When the roster is fully intact, Boston arguably has the best starting five in the NBA. Second, they might consider pursuing reinforcements before the trade deadline to bolster their bench rotation. However, there isn't much that needs to change. Lastly, they must remember that the Celtics are a team built for the playoffs. What truly matters is how they perform in March and April. The priority should be ensuring everyone is ready and healthy for the most critical moments. Celtics could bring in Milton to strengthen the bench. Did you know the Celtics might be considering a trade to bolster their bench? This could be exactly what they need to get even stronger. The team is already great, but the Celtics aren't desperate to make changes before the trade deadline because they're already an incredible team. They have one of the best rosters in the NBA, with a starting lineup that's practically unbeatable. But where can they improve? The bench. While tinkering with the starting five would be tricky, upgrading the bench is much more manageable. However, with the league's updated rules, any trade must match player salaries precisely, which makes things more challenging. Where do the Celtics need help? The Celtics bench has solid players but could improve in perimeter defense. For example, Peyton Pritchard is a great scorer, but his defense isn't the strongest. The idea would be to bring in someone who can balance that out. Here's a suggestion. Trade proposal. Celtics receive Milton. Nets receive Jaden Springer and a 2025 second-round draft pick. Why does this trade make sense? By acquiring Milton, the Celtics would get a player who defends well, passes effectively, and shoots 35% from three-point range. Given that the Celtics lead the league in three-point attempts, Milton's skill set would be a perfect fit. On the other hand, the Nets would receive a young talent in Jaden Springer and a future draft pick, helping them prepare for the future. Let's face it, the Nets aren't strong contenders this season. Who wins with this trade? Both teams. Celtics. They become even stronger and improve their chances of winning another championship. Nets. They start building a younger roster, setting themselves up for bigger opportunities in the coming seasons. Hey Celtics fanatics! What do you think of this news? Leave your opinion in the comments, as it's highly valued.